Welcome to Title Talk with your host, Drew Wishover, entrepreneur, a published author, and owner of Inspired Title Group, along with his co-host and CEO, Aimee Maley. Each week, they offer you some laughs, industry terminology, tips and strategies, along with the occasional real estate professional to help educate you as it pertains to buying, selling, or just plain old homeownership. Thanks for spending time with them. Now, let's jump into today's episode of Title Talk. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to our Thursday edition of Title Talk. My name's Drew.
My name is Aimee. Title Talk.
I was
it's
just
my
trying
new
to
favorite thing.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to, mimic the our voiceover guy. So I just wanted to, just hear what
Sounds
that would sound
pretty
like.
good.
That's cool. So
Sounds pretty good.
we are here on another Thursday morning, and today we are going to bring to you guys some conversations about some things that are going on in the market, our market trends, and talking a little bit about maybe what you could look for or to expect in the year to come and into the fourth quarter of this year. So,
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we are Inspired Title Group.
We are Inspired Title Group.
Are we the title company that cares?
We are the title company that cares, located at 11757 Southwest Highway in Palos, and also with our office in St. John, Indiana at 7800 Wicker Avenue. So we are here for all your Illinois and Indiana real estate needs.
We are, and I'm just this banner is killing me. I absolutely love
Isn't
our
it
backdrops
sick?
as of late. So I hope you guys are, we've gotten some comments on it, and people have been really taking kindly to some of that fun.
Way to
But
go, Brett.
I really, am glad that we were able to introduce this whole production piece.
Is it getting easier, Brett?
Yes.
Good.
Good.
Well, that's a good
Good.
thing.
Well,
We
that's
don't like
good.
stressing.
So
And
now-
then you guys get more difficult.
Right, now we need to challenge it up.
Don't worry, we got ideas.
Yes, well, we do have ideas. So why don't we go to the fun segment of Get to Know Drew and Aimee. And I'm Drew.
I'm Aimee.
So you're going to get to know us a little bit more right now.
Perfect. How different was your life 5 years ago?
I was doing the small marketplace things that we talked of, and I am now doing things that are different and greater. And I think we've grown as a company. I have taken on a lot more opportunities. I have many more to come that are out there. So the question of how was my life then versus now, I would say right now I'm probably more consumed with work than I was then. The knowledge and opportunities and blessings have increased.
You're a published author?
I'm a
Couldn't say
published
that.
author.
You're a grandpa?
I'm a grandfather. Yes,
Couldn't
that's
say-
true too.
But it's like, it's
Yeah.
a cool thing. I didn't mean to say that to be,
No,
but like,
no.
businesses.
We got a question.
Oh,
Okay, question from the audience. We always like to stop immediately and take questions. Brittany, what is that question that we have? Please read it.
Are you guys seeing a lot of foreclosures? I know that was a trend, was good for new home buyers to be able to build on.
So, listener, thank you for that question. I would say right now we're not seeing a lot of foreclosures.
not a ton. I mean, we have a client that we work with a lot that specializes in, short sales and foreclosures.
Sure.
So he's still been great with his business, but as far as a lot of foreclosures in the market happening, I don't see
No.
them. But sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, finish that. I'm sorry.
I would do, when I've been clicking around in the Lockport, Lamont area, because that's kind of where
Yeah.
I'm thinking about eventually moving out to. They have been listing on like a Redfin and a Zillow if there's short sales of a home happening.
Sure.
Which I
Sure.
have seen, not a ton, but a couple sprinkled in there of people that are short selling their house.
And I will tell you a reason maybe why we're not seeing these foreclosures or short sales. A lot of the reasoning behind that is because of the pandemic. The courts have been closed.
Yeah.
So the ability to get these things done has been very difficult. Definitely has stifled the
Long process.
the time and as you said, the process of this. So as the world is opening back up, as courts are opening back up, there may be, a smattering here and there, but to say that they're a commonality, absolutely not. This is not a marketplace that I'm seeing a trend going toward the foreclosure market. So we thank you for that question. Hopefully that answers it. So your question to me again was?
Life 5 years
5
ago
years
versus
ago.
today.
Grandfather, published author, great book. Guys, please get it on Amazon.
2 hour difference. Pick it
2 hour
up.
difference. Pick it up. Wow, We are always able to get in the wonderful
I
slug.
try to
Yes.
give you a question that
No,
you can
that
talk
is
about.
that is great. I think Brittany, you should just put the book up on our backdrop all the time,
Yeah,
and maybe
no.
some arrows around it.
Yeah,
I think
no.
we'll do that. You'll start seeing that.
No, we're good.
It is a great book that has allowed me to really express my
Another question?
opportunities for mentoring and growing kids. Question coming out again. What do we got?
So as the pandemic clears up, then do you think you'll see a handful?
As stated, the courts opening will allow people to finish the foreclosures that were in process prior to the pandemic happening. And as Amy said, it is a process and it takes time. So they've all kind of stopped at different places
Which
in
is
that
a weird
process.
thing.
Right.
It's like there's a couple that have been going through foreclosures that, like I said, with their attorney that we work with closely, that you look up this court docket to kind of see what's been happening.
Right.
And like for the last year, it just says like case continued, case continued,
Yes.
case continued, like whenever something will be happening. So
Yes. We love the question and answers. We really encourage you guys to ask those questions. We love answering them live because maybe they're questions that you folks are thinking of and just not asking. I think it's beneficial to ask those questions so we can address them.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
thank you again for those questions. But I will now ask Amy to get to know Amy a little bit better. Her question for today. Ready for this? What are you absolutely determined to do?
Be a mom.
Okay.
Brittany's the difference between a Brittany face and the true face is fantastic.
I'm so excited.
You didn't say business, but one thing that I definitely have always known I wanted to do was be a mama. In some facet, if it's not naturally, try to adopt kids, try to something. But
Just don't abduct them.
maybe, no, I'm kidding. Yes,
Don't
that
abduct
is
them.
one thing
It's
I'm
a tough
determined to do
marketplace.
in my life.
Okay, good answer.
Yes,
Okay.
and get an Inspired Development House for free. Just kidding.
So the
maybe it'll be like my 2040 bonus.
The second is a long shot.
But at least maybe one will happen. If I
Yes,
have two
you
that
keep
I'd like
trying.
to do, and
You don't
you
know
know.
Amy, folks, but every time we go out to a property or every time we go out to a new construction, she's like, "Drew, is this the one? Is this the one that you guys are gonna build
Are
for
you
me
just
and
gonna
Joe?"
give this one to
Yes, and the answer has consistently been no.
Okay, the answer will continue to be no. But
All
I
right.
can keep dreaming.
You can.
What is something challenging that you're working through right now?
That's a great question.
'Cause-
I think there are several of them
I-
because I think bettering yourself and growing is a constant battle and constant challenge. Something that is immediate for me is to relinquish control. Something that has been very difficult in my business life and even personal life for that matter is control. So having less control and kind of steering it to Carol and delegating different opportunities to people within the business has been something that has been a work in progress for me.
Have you, Drew 5 years ago, did you know you were like that? Like, did you always know you like to be in control? Or
Yeah,
was
I
it,
think
yeah, you
I
always
think I
were
was.
like
I think I
aware
had an
of it.
awareness
Yeah.
that I didn't like to lose control. I don't like to lose. That's why I'm not a big guy who
Drinker,
likes to have
partier.
cocktails
Yeah.
and things and party because again I that's really uncomfortable for me.
Mhm.
So I'm the designated driver. I'm the kind of the sober guy at the party, still having fun with people thinking that I'm hammered, which is fun, and to realize that wow,
Wait, he's sober and he knows everything that just happened.
exactly. You're as outgoing as you are, but you look like you're wrecked. Got you.
Gotcha.
So that's fun for me, and yet, but it is a tough place.
Yeah.
Especially, I recognize it in the work aspect because as this grow, I can't do and be everybody. So then it comes that trust factor. So you kind of have to delegate that, and you have to relinquish that control to people you trust, and finding that and building that is really hard.
It's hard,
But
yeah.
for sure. That's a
Yeah.
great question. That's a great question. So, what is the most annoying question people ask you regularly?
I know how Brittany would answer this question from what I say all the time. Can we read it one more time slowly?
What is the most annoying question people are asking that they ask you regularly? Yeah, it makes you think.
It does.
But yet, I'm sure there's an annoying question that you get consistently asked that you're just kind of wanting to shrug off or not hear anymore.
Can I do one for each of my workplaces?
Sure.
Okay. Brittany's is, Amy, can you come here when you get a sec?
That's
and
annoying to you?
no, just when she does it in that voice. When she does a normal like, "Hey, can you come here?" Yes, but when she peers around my door, Amy, like I am gonna yell. I will never yell at you. I got you. And then the other one is for when I teach dance. It's, "What'd you say, Miss Amy?" Over and over and over and over.
I'm just going to impart mine is when you speak a sentence and they say what and then they answer. If you didn't hear it, why did you say what? Like, I get annoyed to a degree, like I'm charged. Okay, but I'm better now. Thank you very much for listening. I asked that question for me to answer it.
I knew that answer for you because, yeah, I've heard it before. All right,
bring it.
What is something that a lot of people love, but you just don't get?
What is something that a lot of people love that I just don't get?
Like if you talked 10 years ago, like Twilight.
Pokemon.
You don't get Pokemon?
Don't care.
Have you ever had the app?
Nope. This whole game, everybody running around the city, Pikachu and all the dumbness.
Don't knock it till you try it.
I'm so glad that went away. I don't get it.
I loved playing it when I golfed.
I didn't understand it. I didn't understand how broad it got. I was
really.
Whoa, yeah, nothing. No
Never
interest.
Understood the draw to Pokemon.
Nope.
I hope my bub is not watching this because he'll be very angry at you.
Yes, I'm not a fan of all of it. So.
Okay.
All right, here you go. What could or would you give a 40-minute presentation on with no preparation? What could you speak 40 minutes about with no preparation? Keep it PG.
You know the first word that wanted to fly out of my mouth without even saying it.
I don't.
Does Brittany know? You're just going to get angry for me saying
No.
it. See?
No. Other than.
Okay. So a 40-minute presentation that I could give right now.
Right now, without prep.
How to do a title examination? Honestly, I know, but like that's what I do every day. It's what I know. It's what I feel comfortable with. I was going to say pugs. Didn't want to say it because I knew that's the face I would get.
I mean, you kind of do it every week.
She gives us a 40-minute presentation every week.
No, I'm saying here with development and title.
See? I'm a little smart.
That's not the question. I wasn't challenging your intelligence. I was just asking what you'd give a 40-minute speech on.
You know what else I'd really like to talk about?
Yeah.
Like
what?
To a group of people, like the importance of getting to know who you are at a young age.
Or The 2-Hour Difference, a book on Amazon, written by me, the author. It's a great book. It's a great read, and it gives you a lot of life lessons.
No, but for real, like, I see these kids that I teach going through hard times.
Sure.
So if I could get a group of kids in a room to be able to tell them,
Mentoring.
even though life sucks now, it'll get better. Yeah.
That's mentoring stuff. And I think that's what is really important for us with having some experience in different businesses and different life lessons that we've learned. I think it is important. I think it is very important for us to, take some time to teach that and share kids that life doesn't suck at every aspect. You go through seasons, and it's okay.
Because, I went through that. I know it firsthand
No
of
doubt.
my 8 through 16-year-old Amy. I could,
We all do.
talk through it firsthand, but
We
say,
all
I
do.
made it, I'm here, and you will too. So I think that'd be something super cool to be able to
Yeah, I
talk
think
to
that's
kids
great.
about.
I think that's really great, and that's what I wrote the book for, was
Yeah.
for that exact purpose of what you said, is to. It's not just about what's going on
Right now, yeah.
There's things to be learned and lessons to be learned.
Because, when I talk to my kids about what I was like in high school or what,
Yeah.
they're like, you were that kid? That happened to
Right.
you in high school? It's hard for them to see who I am now as, an not confident, like kid that got picked on. You know, it's just weird that they see Miss Amy, the 30-year-old, not
Well, I'll tell you this, that the most important thing that you said in that sentence is young people today think that what they're going through is unique to them. They do not understand that if you sit in a room of 50 people and look around, everybody's got some baggage. Everybody's got something.
Everyone's
It's
got
just they're
something.
not talking about it. So when you reveal that,
Mhm.
people then become aware and go, oh, you're going through that too? And that becomes an immediate bond, and you feel better.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking that you're only one that's ever experienced this, and
For sure.
nobody else has ever seen what I'm going through.
Mhm.
And then they tell you their story, and you go, whoa,
Dang.
mine's not so bad. I think that's what's important. And I think that's what is needed today in the world of these kids growing up and learning about life and feeling comfortable sharing their story.
And living in 4 walls for a year.
Right.
Like, I don't know how that's going
This
to
the
affect
year of
kids.
this pandemic. Right. The
5 years from now.
socialization is going to be different.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But you see these kids at dance, and they come to you and Miss Amy, oh my God, you did that, or oh my God, you once learned about that? Yes. And they're shocked, which to me makes me shocked. That
it's funny. It's
that they're literally sitting there as a young person going, nobody's ever dealt with anything that I'm dealing with. Oh, please. Oh, really?
wait,
Let's
yeah.
sit down. Let's talk.
Yeah, and I wish I could have, you know, because you don't want to take time away from teaching kids, but at the same time, you're like, this is a bigger lesson that needs to get taught right now. So.
And it's not that you don't have to stop teaching. It's how can you incorporate the lesson within the teaching, and that's where I did it with baseball,
Mhm.
and people do it with life and business. That you just incorporate. What did we learn from this? So. There you go, folks. That
Those were
is
deep.
Get to Know Drew and Amy, and we took it a little deeper today.
Sorry, we did.
That's okay. We like doing
Maybe
that.
next time we'll have all fun questions.
I doubt
If
it.
you had 5 pugs,
I doubt
what
it.
would their names be?
You said fun. We're going to wrap this baby up with our quote of
Yep.
the day. What you got?
My quote today is, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change the way you think about it.
Bingo. Who wrote that, Aim?
That was Mary Engelbright.
I love that saying. It's
I-
one of my favorites as well.
It's so good.
It's so great. It's
So
so
good.
great. So some things are better left unsaid, which I generally realize right after I've said them. So darn true.
Word vomit.
So darn true in my world. Like, yeah, can I get
That
that
thing
one
I just
back? Can I
said.
get that? I need that one back. So,
Reel it in.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. We're again here, blessed to be here in front of you. We're thankful for you tuning in each week. We are Inspired Title. We are the title company that cares. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram.
TikTok,
Brittany's TikToking this bad boy up
Yes.
soon. We got some different opportunities. So
social media.
social media it up, kids. Like us. Thanks so much for joining. What do you got, Aim, to close it out? Anything good?
Not really. You
All right.
kind of stole the thunder. It was awesome.
Thanks. I tried to. But, until next week, everybody. My name's Drew.
And my name is Amy.
Thank you so much for joining. Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys.